Hey guys, welcome back. This is Ace. We're playing SnowRunner on hard mode. In the last episode, we were still trying to pick ourselves back up from making some mistakes. This episode, we got to move some stuff around to kind of get ourselves in the right. We got to put our vehicles in the right spot. Hold on, don't turn that down too much. Oh, I had a heck of a day today, though. Started off. Let me turn the immersive mode back on. Started off. I got up this morning, and I was gonna play and make a video, right? Just like before I started my day, and the Xbox Live was down, so I couldn't sign into my account. So I was like, okay, well, I'll get an early start then, and started driving. In between St. Louis and Indianapolis, there must have been 100 trucks that slipped off the road in various degrees of chaos. Some were totally on their sides backwards. Some smashed into the like the center bridge pylon, whatever you call it, the support. And so I got home to my yard, right, and I looked around, and it looked like they had plowed the parking lot, right. So my car had a little bit of snow around it, and I was like, well, shoot, I'll go ahead and try and drive home. As long as I can get my car out of the parking spot, because, like I said, it had probably 2 foot of snow. Like it was encased in 2 feet of snow, right? So I moved the snow from out in front of the car, and then I got in, tried to pull it forward, and all I was doing was spinning my tires. I drive a 2016 Shelby GT350, and so it wouldn't move, right? And that should have been my first. That should have been my first red flag. We're gonna move over here to Smithville. That should have been my first red flag, right? So I was like, okay, well, so one of the fellows that works in the yard came over, and he let me use his shovel that was in his pickup, and so I shoveled out around the the tracks so that I could actually pull out, right? And so then I actually got the car out of the parking spot. I'm like, okay, cool. I can go ahead and get home and fine, right? So I pull out of the parking lot, and then turn onto the street that leads to the street that goes to my house, right? And there was probably maybe 3 or 4 inches of packed snow. I'm like, okay, I can get through that, no problem, right? And mind you, this is my first time driving this car in the snow. So I made it about a half a block down this snow-packed road, and all of a sudden it just started spinning, right? I'm I don't mean spinning out. I just mean the tires were spinning. I don't want to make it too dramatic. I did lose control. But yeah, it was oh, out of fuel. Well, gotta give him a little fuel then. Wait a minute, is there? No, there's none left in there, is there? Oh yeah, there is. There's just enough. Okay, so this will get me to the garage. That's all I want to do. So, basically I'm stuck, right? I'm spinning my tires. I'm on kind of a... Well, it's kind of a desolate road. I mean, it's in the middle of the day, so it's not like... You know, not like I'm a damsel in distress or anything, but... Still... It's not necessarily the best neighborhood in the world. Like, pretty much nobody goes back there except for people that work there, but... Or people that are cutting through into other neighborhoods or whatever. But, I was thinking maybe, gosh, what happens if someone comes by and just says, hey, I want your Shelby? You know, I was definitely, that crossed my mind, right? It wasn't the first thing that crossed my mind, but it was definitely something that crossed my mind. And it's definitely not somewhere you want to just leave your car, right? So I called the tow truck, and they said they would come out, no problem. And then I had some nice folks stop, and they offered to help. I don't know. Give me a break. We're gonna get out of this. Okay, so a nice couple stopped, and they were on their way to work. I could tell they were. One of them is a security guard, I think, probably for the distribution center that was right up the street, and offered to help push me out. So they stopped and tried to rock me and this and that. And then another fella came and at the same time is trying to help as well. They couldn't get it going. They couldn't, because basically if you're on the snow, right, and your tires are spinning, it creates ice under the tire. And my tires are they're Michelin pilots that are basically made for track use, right? So they're on the verge of being slicks. So I'm like a total bonehead for not realizing just how little traction I would have, right? So anyway, long story short, they're pushed on my spoiler, and I'm kind of like biting my tongue because I don't want to yell at them because they're, obviously being very kind and stopping to help, but I really don't want my spoiler ripped off either. But luckily, it actually it handles 3 adults pushing on it, and they didn't get me going. And then a nice gentleman in a Jeep stopped, and he actually had a strap. He said, well, first I told him my plan that I'd call the tow truck, and he's like, oh, we don't want to do that. And then, so he started looking my car over, and he's like, well, we don't have anywhere to pull from because you have this really low spoiler on the front, and on the back too, because everything's so aerodynamic. They don't have any exposed like tie downs or anything like most cars have, right? So he's like, well, we could put a strap through your back rim, and maybe if we pull your car over to to the packed snow. Maybe you can get some grip, and then just let off really slowly when you let the clutch out, and just don't give it any gas. And just let the car, you know, get its own momentum before you start giving it gas. And so he did that, and then, you know, the car slid over real easy. You know, wasn't hardly any problem doing that. And then, as you know, I tried to ease it out like he said, and the minute the clutch disengaged, the tires were just spinning, making ice, right? So that wasn't working. We didn't really have any more options, right? So I told the guy, I said, man, thank you for giving it an effort. I totally appreciate you trying to help. And I was like, I'm just gonna wait for the tow truck at this point. So the tow truck gets there. It really didn't take very long. It was like maybe 30 minutes, 45 minutes, maybe at the most. I was really impressed with the amount of action that was going on around the city. I was totally impressed, right? All right, let's see how much fuel we have. All right, well, that's not going to be very much, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to attach the GMC to this trailer. That way it can dump the fuel that's in the tank of the GMC into this trailer. That way I can refuel from it, right? At least that's my plan. Yeah, so the tow truck driver got there, and he was seeing similar issues as the guy in the Jeep, and he's like, I told him, I said, you know, if you just pull me back to this road that has no snow on it, I can just drive back to the parking lot where my car was parked. And he's like, oh yeah, we can do that. So he hooked up underneath my frame through the back, and he pulled very gently, but because we were kind of on a downhill, it kept taking slack up, even though I was trying to keep it slack, you know, keep the tow rope tight. But no, it wasn't keeping super tight. It kept kind of jerking, and I'm pretty sure it didn't hurt my bumper, but I mean, I couldn't see any damage, but I kind of feel there probably is some damage down there. Just, I don't know. But there's no visible damage. Anyway, he got me back to the street, and, you know, I got back, I got my car parked back at where I parked my truck. And then my girlfriend came to pick me up, so. Bottom line is, the Shelby is not worthy of winter driving. Especially not with the Michelin pilots on it. And I learned a lesson. I mean, it was kind of an embarrassing lesson, but at least it wasn't as bad as I think it could have been, because I don't know. Like, I never would have, like, taken that road at, like, high speeds or anything crazy like that. But yeah, I had no idea how little traction I would have. knows how my day went. And I also got a little kind of a surprise today. A game that I was, well, I used to play Dying Light back in the day. It's a zombie game, like a zombie, I guess a bash 'em up game. I don't know how to describe it really. Why is this thing not pulling through this? Am I up against something? I must be up against a tree or something. Yeah, there's a tree right there. So, the sequel came out today and it looks really good. So I went ahead and bought it. I don't know that I'm going to be playing any on this channel, but... because... I don't know. I don't even know how much I've been playing, but... it looks really cool. And, it's one of those kind of surprise games, because... you know, I didn't realize it was releasing today. Yeah, the original was really good. For, I mean, the studio that brought it, that published it, it wasn't. I don't think it's a very big studio. I'm not even sure what else they do. I think maybe Dead Island or something. I mean, I don't think they've done any AAA games, but you wouldn't know it. And the quality has gone up a lot, even though I gotta tell you what, the graphics on Dying Light 1, they were pretty awesome. Except for the only thing that was bad is and I believe they fixed this, but like when you like dismembered a zombie or whatever, like they were hollow. So like their nub would be hollow, and their like the leg you chopped off would be hollow, and I believe the heads were hollow too. But I believe they fixed that part. So it's actually, the gore factor has been raised a few notches. I don't know if we're going to get full-fledged guts and stuff, but... it definitely looks pretty amazing, and it seems like there's a lot more human, like, non-zombie interaction in this one. The last one was mostly zombie interaction with like there's like a home base or something that you had to come back to, that I believe there was people in it, but I may be misremembering that. Alright, so all we're doing now is getting the tanker out to the main road, and then I'm gonna put the P16 in the garage and save it for maybe Timir. I can't remember what heavy trucks are needed in Timir. But it's not really suitable for Alaska. unless the dairy just can't do the job, and then I'll bring this. But it doesn't have the option of getting chain tires, so that's the one issue I have with it, right? Yeah, this episode is not, well, I'm not going to say it's not going to go very long because it'll probably be about an hour, but I don't know how much we're going to get done. Right now, I've got a lot of kind of positioning things where they need to be for kind of like the last push for this map. I'm gonna just leave the logs until the very last. Like when I have the Komatsu. I've decided I can't stand them. Remember that piece of equipment that the crane manufacturer told me about? Yeah. They said it's there waiting for me in Wisconsin. I guess people in the Yellowstone. No, I guess not Yellowstone. What is it? Yellow Rock? They said they were done with it, but they couldn't get out of the forest. So I'll probably have to go fix it. We can put this away. But we are going to pull this one out. And we're gonna put the crane on it. Do we have an extra one, right? Yeah. I know this doesn't make a whole lot of sense, but you'll understand later on. Well, I can explain this while I'm bringing it over there. The mission I'm on right now up in Drummond Island, I have to bring the oversized cargo to the warehouse on this map. And that warehouse has the item that I need for the competition. That's basically at that. Oh, this guy's been running this whole time. Whoops. Alright, hopefully it didn't burn too much fuel. Where was I? Okay, so he's got to bring that cargo container down, right? And he's not going to have a crane. So when he gets down here, he's gonna this guy, the Kodiak, is gonna load him up with whatever he needs for that competition, and then he's gonna drive to the house that's on the other side of the map near the Drummond Island gateway. And that way he can get the one leg of the contest done. He'll get a refuel from this tanker, and he'll get one load of the contest done, one leg of the contest done, and then he's got to go back and pick up another container from that ship, and then he'll get a second leg of the contest done, and then that just leaves three legs of the contest up on the top, and then one more leg on this bottom one. So I'm thinking that'll be a good little circuit to. I'm just gonna have to probably after the second cargo container gets picked up, I'm gonna have to move the Fleet Star back to Island Lake for a minute to finish up that one mission on Island Lake, and also pick up a bunch of fuel. I'll pick up because it's set up as a semi. I'll pick up the semi tanker. Oh, okay. Let's go ahead and attach winch, and then by then I'll be able to load the cargo for the mission up at the top of the map with the Fleet Star to the White Western Star. So really we only have just a few things left to do. Right, we have the two competitions. We have to get the Chevy from next to the river, the fallen antenna, and that's it. We'll be done. Ouch. So I think it's a good game plan. Oh. I did a little damage to that thing. It's like it's not pulling from the right area. Oh geez, I thought I saw a red light on my mic. It's like, oh no. Let's try and get around this corner without killing my Kodiak. Even though that thing needs a lot of help. I don't know where I think the all-wheel drive is on in Alaska, but yeah. Go ahead and release that guy. We're just gonna turn around and we're gonna put the fuel that's in the GMC tanker into the back tanker, because reason why is when you're in another vehicle, you can't pull fuel from the GMC's tank, which is kind of crappy, but there we go. Stop engine, change truck. We're just going to move this up. We didn't even really have to do much. I can maybe deploy the crane. I mean, it doesn't really matter at this point, but it wouldn't hurt, right? And then we'll go ahead and just shut this off. Alright, and then let's... Okay, actually, this is another part of my plan. Alright. I was looking at the White Western Stars is on this map as well, but let's see, how are we doing on fuel? Fine. I'm going to use this truck to save my one scout, and possibly just go up and do the task, right? And then it'll just be a matter of towing it out. Maybe I'll put it on top of a cargo container. I was kind of sort of thinking that if I put on top of a cargo container, it should pack, right? I don't know that I'll be able. I think I can just dump the fuel into the fuel tank at that's right outside of that cargo pickup location. And then once I do that, wow. Once I do that, I can put both scouts on top of the cargo container and pack them in, I believe. The only thing I don't know is what happens at the end. When I turn the cargo in, do they just fall onto the trailer? I could drive them off before I deliver the cargo, but I'm not 100% sure. What'll happen, you know? Let's see how we're doing on fuel. We're gonna go ahead and refuel the scout carrier. Oh no, I didn't want to do that. That's what I wanted to do. Alright. So we're good. So there's two fuel trailers on this map. There's the semi-trailer and the regular pull-behind tanker with the dolly. I'm not even sure what the name of it is, to be honest. But I'll go grab. After I load up those two cargoes in Drummond Island, I'll then be able to take the Fleet Star into this map and deliver the two oversized cargoes to the antenna. And at the same time, I'm going to grab those fuel trailers. And I'll probably have to consolidate them when I bring them back up, because I'm going to bring them back up through Drummond Island. I know it's kind of like the roundabout, but the reason why I'm doing the roundabout is because I'm going to need the Fleet Star up at the top of the map on Smithville to not only have like the fuel, right, but also to use the crane. Otherwise I'd have to drive the Kodiak all the way to the north side of the map to do the loading for that competition up there. And at that point, I'll be able to bring the Fleet Star down through the mountain with the 2 trailers that will probably still be fairly full of fuel, and then that'll set me up, to have 2 fuel sources at the garage. So I think we got a pretty good game plan going on, as long as... Well, the thing is, if there's 2 scouts up here, that as I'm, trying to recover, right? There's always going to be 2 winch points. So it's actually going to be kind of like the buddy system to get up to that viewpoint, or whatever the heck the mission's called. Silent Observer. I may actually get that done in this episode. Now the trailer, that might be another issue. I don't know if the scouts can help with that or not. I'm thinking maybe they can, because I could probably maybe pull the trailer around. I mean, I know I can't hook it up. I can't hook up to it, but I can winch to it and possibly winch it around, right? Because this will be more maneuverable than a big truck. Which in that case, maybe I could save the Fleet Star as well, but I'm not sure this truck is going to have enough mass to turn that back over. And that brings me back to an issue that well, I basically did to myself, right? When I tipped over the Fleet Star, what I really should have done is I should have unhooked the crane, right? But not backed out of it. But what I think I did was I restored it, or maybe it stalled. I can't remember exactly, but I believe I may have backed out of it and then it stalled. But what I should have done is I should have pushed against the ground with the crane. But I did a bunch of things wrong there with that thing. I should have turned the trailer around first, and then once I realized I should have turned the trailer around, and I couldn't move the trailer with the load on it, I should have deleted the cargo. That's what I should have done, instead of trying to be cute with the crane, knowing how easily it is to tip over a vehicle with the crane when you overload it. I'd be so embarrassed if I wasn't going the right way. Because I was just kind of going the way I remember, But I'm pretty sure I'm going the right way. I do need to look at the map before I make my final cleanup in here. Because I think I got all the fuel trailers, but I want to make sure that I don't leave any fuel behind. Just because I'm going to slowly bring the vehicles over to my next play as I need fuel. Let's see here. Okay, so yeah. So as I need vehicles, well, as I need fuel on my next map, I'm going to bring a vehicle over with a tanker, right? Like, I think the first one that I'm going to bring over probably will be the White Western Star. I'll put a tanker on that and then move that one over. Then the GMC, then probably the Kodiak, then probably the very last one will be the TranStar. And I might, if there's still fuel left over, I might put a roof rack on this thing and bring the Scouts over with the roof rack full of fuel, but that won't bring a whole lot over. But I don't know if that's even worth it. $3,500 for 1,400 liters. It's probably not really that worth it. I just hope at that point I would have brought all the fuel over. I could always come back here and buy an additional truck, maybe, if I. You know, buy another American truck. There's not a whole lot of American trucks that I really want, except I do want the ANK civilian version, but I don't know if you have to wait until you get to the Wisconsin to get that. Or, you know, if you have to find it or something. Alright. I will need that trailer right there for the for that mission in Island Lake, that sideboard semi. Or actually, no, I'm going to use the other one, the ramp flatbed for that one, because it's with the sideboard semi, it's going to be like very tippy, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to load it on the ramp flatbed. Oh man, do you guys watch Yellowstone? It is so good. I'm watching, I guess, the current season right now. Man, it has one of the best shootouts that I've ever seen in a TV show. Just awesome. So once I dump the fuel in the fuel tank, I'll just delete this trailer. Although I could bring it back and pretend like I have a scout trailer on the next map, but we won't do that. There's a scout trailer not too far from the beginning of the map, so we're not gonna have to worry too much about getting a scout fuel trailer on the next map. And plus I believe we'll be putting a roof rack on. Well, I believe we're going to get the Lodestar. Even though we're also going to pick up the Hummer like almost right away, but I have like plans for that one that's going to kind of occupy it for a little bit. And obviously the Lodestar is a better truck, right? I should have probably taken a right, gone through the fuel station. But yeah, I think my plan is pretty good. If everything works properly, I'll get the 2 scouts basically back to Smithville Dam, and they'll also be right there within striking distance of grabbing that Chevy. Yeah, okay, this does have a snorkel. I forgot that I put a snorkel on here, which is pretty good. I think I might need it to get across that river, but I believe I rescued that Chevy last time with the Scout 800. But I think it might have been a modified Scout, to be honest. The JB Scout 800. So it wasn't super hard though. So I think the hardest part is going to be getting to it. And I think I can probably get to it from the quarry rim. That's probably going to be the easiest way to get to it. I was kind of scoping it out a little bit during that time that I got the Fleet Star stuck on the river. Because if I was able to get to it using the Fleet Star, that's how I was going to grab it and pull it out of there. Yeah. Watch a few more episodes of Yellowstone. And apparently there's a spin-off, like a prequel. It's 1883 or something. That, you know, if it's from the same people, man, I can't wait to watch that either. And there was a bit of a flashback in this I think it was the first episode or the second episode of season 4. That kind of, I guess showed some of the characters from that other series. Oh, I'm sputtering. I'm a sputtering. No, I'm half tempted to take this with me to do that one mission in Island Lake, but I think that's probably the wrong decision. Okay, let's do Scout. Do the fuel carrier. There we go. And we'll go ahead and detach trailer and delete trailer. Not that one. No, that one. Yes. There we go. Let's go ahead and get going. Turn these headlights on for you. And let's get this Scout rescued. I need to put that roof rack back on. Actually, I wonder if the roof rack has lights on it. It'd be kind of cool if it did. I don't like the roof racks for actual scouting, right? But they are good if you pack the Scout in your work truck, right? Because then you're carrying around an extra like 140 liters of fuel, and you also have an autonomous winch that's with you all the time, right? And since you could pack it on top of cargo or on some of the roofs of some of the vehicles, I think it's just kind of a smart practice. So I think that may be one of the reasons why I would want to bring a vehicle over with a full fuel add-on, just for the simple fact that it'll be valuable to have that extra Scout. That's my thinking anyway. Because a lot of the times your Scout will be way across the map, you know, and you'd be like, well, gosh, I wish I had another Scout to go and do this little task, or, you know, if, you know, maybe you turned over one of your vehicles and it's like right near the garage. You know, instead of spending $5,000 to recover, right? You spend $3,500 to move your truck over. Yeah, let's go into low gear. Let's not screw it up this time. I swear there's like a hole in the texture though, in the ground. That's not really, like, the collision is wrong on it or something, because I don't know, that truck just looks like it should be getting grip on something, but it wasn't, right? I mean, it's on two of its tires. Alright, now see, it's trolling me again. Why does it want me to go in there? What am I supposed to do here? Go up on the... Shoot. Am I supposed to go up here? I don't think so. Alright, well, we made it. So far. Let's knock some wood on that one. Alright, let's get out of that gear. Oh boy. I probably should have put that other truck on its wheels before I got any further along. I'm making bad decisions all of a sudden. You know that, guys? I don't like my decision making all of a sudden. It's like I have no risk assessment in my brain right now. Well, I think it's pretty good timing. We're right coming up on an hour. Are you kidding me? Is that the diff lock on? Yeah. I mean, really? Are you serious? Holy crap. Holy crap. Well. Well. Look at that view. Would you just look at that? Would you just look at that view? Very nice. It's beautiful though. It really is. I love the way the clouds are moving. Okay guys, that's gonna do it for this episode. Thank you for watching. It's been a journey. We got the final press coming up here shortly. It's probably gonna be about 3 episodes left for the Michigan. And I think I'm actually gonna make a playlist strictly for Michigan so that the playlist, I don't know, is not like 600 videos or something. Alright, thanks a lot. And make sure you subscribe, hit the notification bell so that you're always able to keep up to date on my videos. Thank you. Bye.